Absentee voting kicks off April 27. ITCZ to bring scattered rain over. Philippines secures 30 billion yen virus recovery loan. Good evening. Today is Tuesday, April 26, 2022. I'm Miguel Pautogon and this is Tribune News on Cue. Here are the stories for this evening. The Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group said on Tuesday that its operatives arrested highly hackers who are allegedly selling victories to candidates vying for posts in the 2022 national and local elections. The PNP-ACG with the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center arrested the suspects in separate entrapment operations in Imus, Cavite and Santa Rosa, Laguna on April 24. Authorities said the suspects are allegedly claiming to have access to the system of Smartmatic Inc., the system provider for the automated 2022 elections, and can influence the results of the May 9 polls. With the help of the Department of Justice and the National Prosecution Service, the PNP-ACG said criminal cases were filed against the suspects for violation of the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, particularly system interference, illegal access, and attempt in commission of cybercrime. The Supreme Court denied with finality the motions for reconsideration filed by several petitioners who challenged the High Tribunal's decision declaring most parts of the Anti-Terrorism Act of 2020 as constitutional. At the en banc session Tuesday, the High Court voted reject the 6 motions due to the lack of substantial issues and arguments raised by the petitioners on the court ruling issued in December last year. SC spokesperson Brian Kate Osaka said Associate Justice Rodil Zalameda wrote the resolution. To recall, the SC declared only 2 parts of the Anti-Terrorism Act of 2020 as unconstitutional following months of oral arguments. The first is a qualifier under Section 4 that states that dissent is not terrorism if it's not meant to cause death or serious physical harm to a person, endanger a person's life, or create serious risk to public safety. Moldova's president convened an argument security meeting on Tuesday after 2 blasts damaged Soviet-era radio masts in the breakaway region of Transdnestria, where authorities said a military unit was also targeted. The Moldovan authorities are sensitive to any sign of growing tensions in Transdnestria, an unrecognized Moscow-backed sliver of land bordering southwestern Ukraine, especially since Russia invaded Ukraine. Russia has had troops permanently based in Transdnestria since the collapse of the Soviet Union. Kiev fears the region could be used as a launchpad for new attacks on Ukraine, adding that no residents were hurt but 2 radio antennae that broadcast Russian radio were knocked out. The incidents followed a number of blasts that local television reported on Monday hit the country Ministry of State Security in the regional capital Tiraspol. Local officials said the building had been fired on by unknown assailants with grenade launchers. Tribune News on Cue will be back after these reminders.
Sipag. Yan po ang Pilipinas sa unit team na pagkakaisa.
Ang asawa ko po ay kameraman na kasama sa lapas lang sa Mindanao Masukan. Si Attorney Harry Roque. Hindi po niya kami nakakalimutan.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Si Harry Roque pinaglaban ng karapatang Pilipinong mangisda sa sariling karagatan. Malaking tulong po na ibigay niya po sa akin.
Sa mga walang boses sa lipunan, si Harry Roque ang spokesman ng bayan. Attorney Harry Roque sa Senado, number 54 sa balota.
Boses natin sa Kongreso, PG Party List. Kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, pagkaisa ng marinig ang mga hinaing. Young and active leaders sa Kongreso, ang boses natin. Tandaan at iboto, balota 108. Civilian realize the projects we dreamed of. PG Party List, vote 108 na. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, boses natin sa Kongreso. PG Party List, kasangga mo, balot 108 iboto. PG Party List, basic good. Atin to, PG Party List, atin to.
Makinig at makisali sa usapan every Friday night at 6 p.m. sa iSpeak Katribu Podcast. Samahan sina Daniel at Alvin na pag-usapan ang mga relevant topic na tiyak kakarelatean nyo mga katribu. At pagdating ng Sunday at 7 p.m., Speak Your Mind with our iSpeak program na sasagot sa mga tanong regarding the latest and relevant issues sa paligid natin. I-like at i-follow nyo ang Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube para updated ka sa mga latest episode namin mga katribu.
In other news, absentee voting for those who will be on duty on Election Day or on May 9, 2022 is set to start Wednesday, April 27, 2022. According to the Commission on Elections, 84,357 voters have been allowed to avail of local absentee voting, which will last until April 29, 2022. Meanwhile, the applications of 9,341 individuals were disapproved because they are either not registered or have been deactivated. The COMELEC said a total of 93,698 military, police, government, and media personnel applied for LAV for the 2022 elections. Local absentee voters will vote manually for national positions, president, vice president, senators, and party list. COMELEC Commissioner George Garcia said that voting among military, police, and government personnel will be conducted by the head of their respective offices. State Weather Bureau Pag-asa announced that the Intertropical Convergence Zone or ITCZ would affect Mindanao and Palawan while the rest of the country would be under the influence of the easterlies. Mindanao, Eastern Visayas, the Bicol region, Aurora, Quezon, and Palawan would experience cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms due to the ITCZ and easterlies. Meanwhile, Metro Manila and the rest of the country would have partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms due to the easterlies and localized thunderstorms. Coastal waters would be slight to moderate throughout the country. Temperature rose to a high of 33.2 degrees Celsius at noon, while the minimum temperature was 25.4 degrees Celsius at 5 a.m. In sports, Jason Tatum scored 29 points as the Boston Celtics completed a 4-0 series sweep to eliminate the Brooklyn Nets from the NBA playoffs on Monday. Kevin Durant delivered a towering 39-point display for the Nets, but it was not enough to stop the powerful Celtics lineup from sealing a 116-112 victory at Brooklyn's Barclays Center. Boston's balanced offense and battle-hardened defense once again proved too much for Brooklyn, who trailed from start to finish as a late rally from the home side came up just short. Tatum was one of the 5 Celtic players in double figures, with Jaylen Brown also coming up big with 22 points and point guard Marcus Smart adding 20 points with 11 assists. And in business, the Department of Finance said Tuesday that the Philippine government secured additional loan financing from the Japanese government to fund its ongoing COVID-19 recovery efforts. The agency said Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III and Akihiko Tanaka, the new president of Japan International Cooperation Agency, signed a 30 billion yen loan agreement on Monday, April 25, 2022 in Tokyo, Japan. The loan agreement is under the second phase of JICA's COVID-19 Crisis Response Emergency Support Loan, or CCRESL-2. The first phase of the CCRESL, amounting to 50 billion yen, was signed by the Philippines and Japan in July 2020 to support the government's COVID-19 response and economic relief efforts. The DOF said the CCRESL-2 was inked in recognition of the Philippines' accomplishments and plans in vaccinating its target population against COVID-19 and expanding the capability of its healthcare system to meet the challenges of possible public health emergencies in the future. That wraps up the stories tonight. Before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store, Araneta City, the Department of Tourism, MG Motors, Hina Motors, Security Bank, Empire Eastlands Holdings Incorporated, and Overseas Committee Affairs Council member Alan Lin of the Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Miguel Paltagonan, and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good night, and God bless us all.
Magandang araw mga katribo! Narito na ang mga makakasama nyo tuwing umaga sa programang Gising Na. Roy Pelovelo, Atty. Lia Badillo Crisostomo, Vernon Velasco, Kim Sancha at Chirk Balagtas. Abangan ang programang Gising Na sa Facebook page ng Daily Tribune.
Ilabas na ang mainit na kape at samahan kami sa inyong pag-almusal, mga katribo.
Simulan natin ang bawat umaga with good vibes sa mga informative and recreational segments ng aming programa.
Maaari niyo rin ibahagi sa amin ang inyong opinion via Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Makichika na rin sa latest showbiz happenings, mga katribo.
Kaya naman, pagsama-sama po tayo sa
Gising Na!
Mga katribo, tara na't makiisa at matuto sa mga public service programs hatid ng Kalingang Katribo. Tuwing Lunes, nandyan ang usapang business na magbibigay tips at inspirasyon sa mga aspiring entrepreneurs kasama si Vernon Velasco. Tuwing Miyerkules, usapang pangkalusugan naman ang tatalakayin ni Miss Cory Quirino sa Health and Wellness. At tuwing Biyernes naman, kung legal advice ang kailangan mo, sagot ka na ng Legal Diaries kasama si Elmer Navarro Manuel at mga guest lawyers. Lahat ng niya mapapanood tuwing alas 3:30 ng hapon sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its Viber community, Katribu, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tercito are available on our community Viber.